Rich, not ready. A little bit of a break, and I pressed not the right buttons in the right order. Get a little bit rusty sometimes. Welcome to the last week of racing in 2025. As Terry and I get going at Parx. Right now, a little bit of light rain there. The track has been downgraded to good. I suspect, because I drove from Philadelphia to Chicago yesterday, they don't expect to make it through the whole card today, I don't think, today, Terry, because the weather was just god-awful on that trip over. We'll see if that's the case. Good morning, Private Ross. How are you today? Good to see you. There's Private Ross. Cryptic codes. Yes, indeed. I don't know what that says. We'll translate it to English. Parx today. Hello, Don Johnson. How are you? As always, Terry, we have some free picks over at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Today's free picks are going to be at, if I remember correctly, Delta Downs. Is that right, Terry?
That's right. Yep, Delta Downs.
You can get them a little bit later on today. There's a link in the description on YouTube. Of course, when the show is over, come over to horseracingtoday.net. We'll post all of our picks as well as our betting and the bets right there. Hit that HRT gear button. Get yourself off to a great start. 9 days left to get 25% off of everything as long as you get $50 or more. A great way to support the show. Great way to support the show, Terry, is for you and I to actually do something that makes sense. That's to make our picks for race number 1. It's a 6-furlong race, Terry. Made and claiming $10,000. So this number here is one that's keenly important. That is this speed figure, the average winning speed figure, or par. Our smart sheets tell us, Terry, who's actually hit par in race number 1. We should note that all these horses down here are out. So we take these out, Terry. Boom, 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 boom. Who else has hit par?
Well, you can take a look there and see the 2, 3, and then the 5, the 8, the 10, and the 11 all have either equaled or exceeded the speed par number for today's race.
Yeah, and speed is a big deal to win these races, 6 furlongs, Terry. 37% of the time. Get the lead and keep the lead. Who looks like it's got the best chance to do that today?
Well, the 8 does. It's got really good speed numbers there, so it should get out of that quarter pole first.
Yeah, it should definitely be one to chase down at the in the race there. You see the 8 along with the 2 and the 4. They want to be up front. 3 and 11 in the middle. You got the 1 horse making a first-time start today, Terry. That number is good, but probably not as good as we'd like.
No, we like them to be at least 2.5. The perfect score is 3. And everybody should really pay attention to this because I've found that it's really helped me with first-time starters. So,
yeah, another thing that helps is getting a good jockey and good trainer. You don't have to look very far, it seems.
Yeah, the 2 is the best jockey and trainer, and so it's the best combination as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so when you went through all your numbers, Terry, who had the best combination to make it to the top of your list?
Okay, well, in my top, I like the number 2, Stinger B. And high speed at today's distance, best start speed is fast among today's starters. It has a switch to a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Change your name to 5, second choice, finish 3rd versus similar in the last race. Can handle the distance. The 10 is my 3rd choice. Ran 5th versus similar as the favorite last out, but it has a trainer. Wins 18% of the races when bringing a beat favorite back and a good jockey. The 11, Sunny Magic, finished in the money in 6 out of 11 starts at Parx Racing. Has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 21% of the maiden claiming races. And so no additional bets for me here.
Yeah, Terry's talking about our betting in the bets. Well, I'm going to start with the 2-horse 2, Stinger B. Terry, that's the one for me. Nice size class drop. And if that horse can run back to the November 23rd race at Churchill Downs, I don't think anybody's got a shot to beat him if he can do that. Pastero, the 10-horse, strong Z pattern in its last and did run some similar fractions at 7 furlongs that he did at 6 furlongs in the previous start. So if you run the same but farther, it's faster. I know it's backwards, but change your name. The 5-horse, speed figures on the rise. It did show some better late pace. I don't know, early speed usually on Monday seems to be the way. And then finally, number 11, Sunny Magic, probably the most consistent horse in a field of inconsistent horses. Since I don't think they're going to make it to the end of the day, Terry, I'm going to go $5 exacta, key box, the 2 with the 5, 8, 10, and 11. And then I'm going to do a $10 double, 2 with 2, because I'm going to do an exact key box in the next race as well. I know our good friend Don Johnson likes when we post our picks for race number 2 before race number 2 gets started. There you go, Don. What do we have here, Terry, to the opener at Parx today? Looks like they are about to get going. So while they're getting ready to run, Terry, yeah, I can track deteriorating already. Like I said yesterday, that trip across the country was pretty bad. So I don't know if it's going to get worse in Philadelphia or not. But Terry, today, tell everybody how they can join us tomorrow when we do Parx again, Wednesday when we do Aqueduct, and Thursday when we do Gulfstream.
Well, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and then go ahead, hit the little bell. It'll notify you about all the different programs. Copy the link at the bottom, share it with everybody you know so they can come and take a look at us. And then go to our social sites at Horse Race number 2 Day. Give at X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and keep these comments and picks coming. It really helps the show out.
Yeah, we absolutely 1,000% appreciate all of your interactivity. Let us know where you're watching from. If you have any picks like Private Ross, just like to say hi, like Don Johnson. I'm sure Lauren will join us shortly and let us know about all of the picks he's aggregated over on X at Lauren_Shap at X. Make sure you go check that out. But yeah, if you like something, you're pretty happy about the way the game ended yesterday between the Bears and the 49ers. I know Terry is.
High pressure.
Go ahead. What are you going to say?
Really stressful.
Yeah, it was a fun game to watch.
It was.
Depending upon, I think both teams can walk away with their heads held high from that game. All right, so race number 1 is about to get cooking. The 2-horse right now is your favorite at 2-1 for the 2-horse. So you got 2 and 2, leaving from post number 2. You got to think that there's something positive in that. They're off and they're racing in the opener. The 12-horse getting off to an awkward start. The 2-horse with jockey Michael Sanchez, trainer Robert Moscow, they have made their way to the front of the track. Got the 11, it looks like, in tracking position right now in race number 1. And, well, it looks like the 8-horse actually in the tracking position. The 2-horse has become the 3-2 favorite. A lot of heavy money coming down on that guy. 22 3/4 seconds for an opening quarter. Really not that fast at Parx for a race of 6 furlongs. I think a good chance that he has an opportunity to stay out on the lead. Although some horses are trying to get themselves engaged, including the 1-horse. No, that's the 5-horse. That's coming up. The rail is opening wide open for the 1-horse. I think the 1-horse is going to take that 2-horse out. That's going to kill my first bet. The 5-horse, though, looks like it's going to be the 1. I don't know what happened to the 2. What, Terry? We're going to get beat by St. Ephraim to start the day. What do we miss with that 1-horse? 2-horse just really backing off hard right now. A lot of these horses coming at the end of the race. So it might be one of those days. It's going to go 1, and then it looks like the 10. Maybe one of those days where we should have went with the you know what the 1-horse is, Terry?
Yeah. Yes, that first-time starter. So
yeah, there he is. I know we talked about I mean 2.32, he just missed that opening score right there. So yeah, well, anyway, not the way you want to start the last day of the week, or the year, but let's see if maybe we can get it right for race number 2. What's the story? By $170, optional claiming 16,000. So at $170, Terry, there's a lot of these races today. You're looking for Stalker, still 3 out of 10, win on the lead. The rail, Son of Delia, is the best. 2 and out, they have similar small discounts. So basically, there are no deal breakers or deal breakers post position wise. We didn't really see speed hold, even though it wasn't not all that fast in race number 1. If speed's going to hold, Terry, again, 1-horse stands out.
Yeah, that's at 9, and it has about twice the speed as anything close to it. So it should get out there and get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, it's also your only PC type down here. So, a horse that wants to usually be a middle back, enough early speed to move it forward. We call those left arrow horses. Terry, maybe in this trip, we look for strong C zones. There are no first-time starters, so C zone measures how likely today will match their best performances. And looks like you have 4 primary candidates to get good trips.
Yeah, the 3, 4, 6, and 7 all are above that 50% threshold that we like to see, especially that 7's at 90%. It'll probably be the most comfortable in this race.
Yeah, you have no yes horses in here today, Terry. A couple have come close.
Yeah.
Par Plus, we do 1,000 simulations where we put out a projected speed figure Looks like all of them have, or at least most of them have, a chance to get close to par. No real big hits there, Terry. Who's the top of the list?
Well, it looks like the 3 with 23% number is the guy has the best chance to do that.
And as far as your jockey and your trainer combination, who do you like?
Well, the 9 is the best jockey. The 7 and 8 are the best trainers, but I think the 9 actually is the best jockey trainer combination.
Yeah, indeed, the 9 does show up in there. The 2 horse, Light My Way, last time out, top last race speed figure, 4 points clear of the next closest horse. The 3 horse is your simulation favorite. The 9 is your top total pace favorite. Looks like this race, Terry, can go a ton of different ways. Which way did you take it?
Well, I like the 8, Keeping the Faith, finished third versus similar last race after being bumped at the start, has a high percentage winning jockey. And I like the 9 as my second choice. One is debut race and only needs to repeat that race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 2, Light My Way, ran second versus similar in the last race. Early speed style run helps chances and has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like Son of Delilah. The 1 is my long shot. Won the last race of Parx Racing at today's distance. Row post winning at a 19% clip. I'm going to play the very first Miami Vice, Don Johnson, pick 4. And I think this is a really wide open race. So I'm going to use a 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Single the 1, then go 2, 6, and then finish up with 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $49 ticket.
Yeah, I think you should just go with the 3 and the 5. Those are the 2 horses you left out, Terry. You know how that works?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I don't see it as wide open. I like My Way, the 2 horse top last race speed figure was 4 points better than everybody else. And it's going to make the third start for the first time in its career. Those races are either boom or bust, so plenty of room to really pop or plenty of room to drop. The next up for me is the 9, Lionese. This horse should be out to the front, although that wasn't the place to be in the opener, and does have second race upside. It didn't get to the par ability score, but really nobody else popping in that race there. Easy win in its debut, so I feel like the horse has plenty left in the gas tank, and it is that left arrow horse. Speed should be, used to be middle back. Number 8, Keeping the Faith. Last race better than it looks, with slightly better fractions last time out. And then the 4 horse, Colville. Closest to par, only 1 point below everybody else. Did show some regression in its last effort, but room for a rebound. I think the first 2 races are kind of close to, what would you say, form? 2-9 over the 1-4, over the 1-2, 4, 5, 7, over the 3, 4, 8, and 9. I spent $1 more than you. I went to $50. The maximum is anything, as I mentioned before, that they can do at TBG for 60, we can do for 50. 2 was a rat. Yeah, that guy didn't really perform, Don. I don't know what happened there. Usually Michael puts in a good effort from start to finish. There's the cryptic codes for the rest of the day for Private Ross. And then race number 2, 5 and 7 are my stable alerts. So keep that open. The 5 horse not in Terry's picks there. So maybe that's the one, Private Ross, ripping off the pin from the grenade and throwing it into our pick 4s. Thank you, Private Ross. We appreciate that. Race 3, next up for you and me, Terry. 10 races on the card today. In the third spot, they're going to go 1 mile and 70 yards again. As we mentioned, that does tend to favor horses that stalk, get up forward, not necessarily on the lead. Still 3 out of 10 managed to get the first call and the last call on the lead. The rail for Pam Pam. That's the best place to be for a Jamie Ness horse in here, Terry. Speed does matter. Just tell us in race number 3 which horses are going to be forward.
Well, you can take a look there and you'll see that the 2 and the 7 have the most speed, but all of them show some kind of speed. So it's just really anybody's guess who's going to get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, you see here most of your horses want to be, it's kind of balanced. You got 3 that want to be forward. You got 4 that want to be middle back. So there's a little bit of balance to this race, Terry. And it looks like all of them, for the most part, are going to be in a position that looks a lot like when they've done well in the past.
Yeah, they all are close to or above 50%, except for the 6 Racy Ruby, who's down around 6.7%.
Yeah, just the lowest one in there. Most of your horses here moving up in class, Terry. Only the 1 horse kind of staying at the same level. The 1 horse is the highest level jockey trainer-wise.
Yeah, sure is.
As far as our other key data points, the 4 horse, Tower 22, top last race speed figure, was 6 points better than everybody else. Pam Pam on the rail, a pretty huge simulation favorite. We do 1,000 simulations where we project out the winner. And yeah, Pam Pam looks like that's the one to beat according to sim odds. But the 2-horse, when you add early pace and late pace together, that's the one to beat as far as your top total pace. So you got the 1, Terry, with the top jockey trainer, simulation favorite. You got the 4 with a lot of last race speed figure class. You got the 2, has the most early speed and the late speed. Who's your winner in race number 3?
Well, I like the 1. Pam Pam won the last race at Laurel Park. Finished, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, and a good 4 furlong workout, December 18th. Tower 22, the 4 is my second choice. Won the last race at Parx Racing, has a high percentage winning trainer. The 7 is my third choice, ran second versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Racy Ruby, the 6th, my long shot, ran second versus similar in the last race. Best start speed as fast as among today's starters. No additional bets for me here.
Hey, Don Johnson with the best advice of the day. Hit that like button. It is free. Yes, indeed. If you're watching on X, kindly hit the retweet button right now. Follow us and give us a like there. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. Get us to 30 thumbs up today, folks. We would greatly appreciate that. We got a lot of big plans for 2026. While I was gone for those 2 weeks there, I had a lot of breakthroughs in the programming to get smart sheets and a heck of a lot more data out that should make it a lot easier for folks to at least get a good grip of how they want to handicap the races at every major track in North America, Canada, and the U.S. I like the 1-horse Pam Pam. Terry, that one. It's a big-time simulation favorite. It is a Jamie Ness horse. Plenty of upside off of its last race. 4-horse, Tower 22. That's your top last race speed figure. 6 points clear of the pack. Any of the last races would do, but particularly the one at Parx. Number 6, Racy Ruby. I know that one has a pretty low C-zone, but it's the last of the 3 yes horses that have hit par, along with the 1 and the 4. Did show better late pace in its last effort, so getting more distance today could be the key. And then the 2-horse, Equus. Could be out front. Didn't help the 2-horse in the opener there. But it is the second race at Parx after track dropping from the Naira circuit. So maybe today, round 2, is a better performance for the 2. Race 4, 10 races to cover today, Terry. 10 races again tomorrow. Again, make sure you hit that like button if you want to see all that Park stuff tomorrow. Race 4, as I produce the show as well. There you go, bang. The 4th spot, we're looking at 6.5 furlongs. 7,500 claiming race. 6.5 furlongs. Again, you want some early speed. 36% of the time, horses go gate to wire. The inside 3 get a really good advantage over the rest of the horses. 4 and out discount, but the farther you are from the 4, a little bit better you are. Terry speed, particularly inside 3 in race number 4, we don't get any of it.
No, we have the outside horses, the 7 and the 5, with the 7 showing the best speed numbers.
Just about everybody but the 1 dropping in class here, Terry. This race has got a lot of maybes, a lot of yeses. Maybe there's some good value. What do you see?
Yeah, as far as the value go, the 3 has the best value from, 11 to 1 to 12 to 1, and the 4 goes from 5 to 2 to 4 to 1.
Yes, we see over here a Lone E. That's 7-horse. Should be out on the lead, both at our early pace as well as our projected pace. Everybody else is middle back. Terry at 70. He's got a pretty solid season. Should like being out there. A couple of others to consider in terms of horses that should get trips to their liking.
Yeah, the 5, 6, and 7, they have pretty nice season numbers. They're all going to be very comfortable in here. And then the 2 and the 3 get very close to that 50% threshold.
And who do you think is going to have the best trip if the jockey and trainer have anything to do?
Well, the 7's the best jockey, 1 the best trainer, but I think the 7's the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, 7 get out in the front by himself. Terry, the 1, if latecomers like we saw in that opening race have any say today for the rest of the day, that one has an 8-point late race speed figure advantage. Every 5 points equals about 1 length. It's about 1.5 lengths better than everybody else down the stretch. That 1-horse, Terry, as well, could be a part of the early pace. Is that 1-horse a part of your picture in race number 4?
No, I start with the 2, Awesome Warrior. Won 2 races at Parx Racing, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. Then the 6, my second choice, finished in the money in 3 of the last 5 starts, winning one of the races. Drops in class, has a high percentage winning trainer as well. Banjo, the 7, likes Parx Racing, been in the money 50% of the time, winning 17% of the start, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then BGO, the 4,
Biagio, wasn't that like the second baseman for the Houston Astros forever? Like Craig Biagio? I don't know. Probably not, but that's my thinking.
Okay. Well, it drops in class today, and his best start speed is fast among today's starters, has a high percentage winning trainer. And play the second pick 4, Miami Vice Don Johnson, 2, 4, 6, 7 with the 4, 8, 9, 10 with the 2, 7, 10. Finish up with the 2, 9, $48 ticket.
Yeah, 3, 4, 10. All right. I'm just making sure my numbers. It looked like I had too many numbers in there, my pick 4, but I didn't. Awesome Warrior. Yeah, indeed, Terry. That one gets the top of the ticket. It's going to be your morning line favorite. Very consistent, top total pace, tied for the biggest drop. Just consistent. Not a lot of it's going to run its race, but others might have a little more upside, like the 4 horse. Biagio. Yes. Since your simulation favorite is your top par plus horse, meaning when we did our simulations, best chance to get over par today. Should be getting a little better trip after that last race where it had to go wide. Number 7, Banjo. That was a little bit easier B word to pronounce there. Should be out front. Potential lone E horse, Terry. Good chance to be second, better in the second start after a layoff. And then finally, that 1 horse, Happy Time. Big run in its last race. Maybe better in the second start after a layoff. Does have that biggest in-race advantage with that late speed. But with that big pop after a long layoff, there is room to regress or there is room to pop. My pick 4 is going to go 1, 2, 4, 7, 3, 4, 8, 10, 2, 7, 10, and then the 2 and the 4 for me in our second of pick 4s. Race 5 concludes the first half of this 10-race card, Terry. And in race number 5, we're looking at a 6-furlong race. This is a maiden claiming race for 2-year-olds. So, as you know, Terry, 2-year-olds in life, 2-year-olds on the track, anything can happen.
Yep.
But what has happened is the average speed figure 75. That's the key number in race number 5. Looks like you only have to look at 1 horse to get a sense of who's been able to do that already.
Yeah, the 7 is the only horse that's either exceeded or equaled the speed par number, with the 9 being a maybe within 3 points.
And you see here, too, the 7 did show some better early pace last time out and in the middle of the race, better early fractions. That's usually a pretty good indication that the horse is improving. 7 also lone E, 9, 10 want to be in the middle. The 8 has closed. 2 and 4 so far not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. All these guys are first-time starters, Terry. So at all these no's, 1 yes, a bunch of first-time starters. All this data over here becomes really important. So tell us about it.
Yeah, you take a look there and look at that 3. He's got a 2.95 number versus a perfect score of 3. So that's a really good number. The 1 doesn't come close to the 2.5, but it does have a nice back bullet workout. And then the other 2 first-time starters are right around 2.3 number.
Yeah, we have a couple second-time starters in here, too. With average second race improvement, their numbers could get above that par number of 75. And, maybe the 4 horse might band it a little bit, but a pretty good stretch out there for that 8 horse, Sam's Glory. Yes, indeed. If you're looking for the jockey and trainer, there's only one place to look.
Yeah, look at the 10. It's got the best jockey and trainer in that, so that's the best combination.
Yeah, the 2 and 10 are also class droppers in here, so you want to keep an eye out on that. Terry, these first-time win seekers as 2-year-olds, anything can happen. Tell me, what do you think will happen?
Well, I like the 4. My Bandit ran second versus similar in the only start with the trainer and jockey known for high win rates. And then Raging Cajun, the 9, placed in 3 of 6 starts, top race speed rating, trained by a high percentage winning trainer with 22% win rate when moving up in class. Sam's Glory, the 8, finished 3rd in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 30% of the races in the horse's second career. Then the 10 has a high percentage winning trainer and switch a high percentage winning jockey. No additional bets for me there.
Well, you're funny, Don Johnson. I agree. But maybe we'll start giving hats out in 2026. We're definitely going to bring some new stuff out at the start of the new year. One of the things we're going to do, though, is we're going to get some extra likes. We know a lot of people love Terry's best bet. Terry loves his best bets. I love his best bets. And what we're going to do with 2026 is we're going to set a like goal at the beginning of every show. And if we hit that like goal at the end of the show, Terry's going to give out another best bet. Maybe not at the track we're doing. Maybe at the track we're doing. And I'm going to give out a long shot, an extra long shot, at all the different tracks there. So there's going to be some reason why you should like the show besides the fact that you really do like the show. Sam's Glory, the 8-horse for me in the 5th race. That gets my nod because that horse has some second race upside after a rough start in its debut. And then the 4-horse My Bandit's another horse with second race upside. Note that in the comment section, it said he was bumped hard at the start of his debut, so he didn't really get to run the race it wanted. Maybe today, like Terry thinks, it will get the race it wants. Finance, that 3-horse is the first-time starter with a pair of really good back bullets. And then I'm going to go with the 10-horse Alistair. That one is one of 2 maiden special weight droppers. Along with the 2-horse, everybody else has already been in the maiden claiming ranks. And good chance to be better in the second start after a layoff. I was looking at some of the other first-time starters. I think this race is pretty wide open. So a lot of coverage in my pick 4s. That's why I did it the way I did. Race 6 starts the second half of the card, Terry. This one is another one at 1 mile and 70 yards. So you're going to get a good few chances earlier on in the race day to see what the bias looks like. Prior to today, it looks like it was stalker types. Again, still 30% winning on the lead. The rail is the best place to be. Everybody else out, they're almost fair. So really probably the fairest in terms of post positions. But when the race gets started, Terry, is it going to be unfair for everybody but the 6, right?
Yeah, the 6 is going to get out of there, I think, with no problem and get to that quarter pole first.
Yeah, it does also show here almost a 5-point early pace advantage. So I'd say that 6-horse, extremely grumpy or gruntly, whatever that one, should be out on the lead, though he is a no horse in there, Terry. As far as horses that have a great chance to get to par or better today, looks like there's a few excellent choices.
Yeah, take a look there, and you can see the 1, the 3, the 7, and then the 10. They all have pretty good chance, especially Amy Mule or Amy Mule, whatever you want to say. Should be Army Mule, I would think. But anyway,
Amy Mule,
yeah. Well, there is already an Army Mule. That's why it's not Army. So
probably, yeah. Looks like some nice value potential in this race. Some real good ones.
Yeah, the 1 has 4-1 to 12-1. The 3 has from 5-2 to a nice 12-1. 6 value is from 13-1 to 20-1, and the 10 is from a small little bitty value from 7-2 to 4-1.
Couple standout C-zones here with the 1 and the 6. This race is pretty heavily weighted towards horses that want to be out front. This 8-horse, the EP, is the Sesame Street horse. Unlike all of the others, 1, 6, 9, and 10 want to be out front. 2, 3, 4, and 7 want to close. So the 8-horse could get a strategic race in there. Terry, maybe not. But who's going to get a strategic ride?
Well, the 2 is the best jockey, and the 7 is the best trainer, according to the data. But I think the 2 has the best combination jockey trainer.
This race looks pretty open. You got the 3 as your simulation favorite. You got the 7 with the biggest late race advantage and biggest in-race advantage. Also your top total pace in there. So, Terry, who do you think takes home race number 6?
I like the 10, Divine Grace. Ran 4th versus similar in the last race as a favorite, but the trainer wins 31% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite to race again. Drops in class today. Then Amy Mule, the 7, won 2 races out of the last 3 starts. Running 2nd versus tougher in the last race, drops in class again today and switches to a high percentage winning trainer. Date Night Kisses, the 2, 3rd choice. Fastest at this distance, tied for best dirt speed today. Features a high percentage winning trainer and now has a high percentage winning jockey. Wait, don't tell me. The 8 is my long shot. Finished 3rd versus similar in the last race, winning the previous race and likes the distance. No additional bets for me here.
Yeah, I'm going to start off the second half of the card with the 7-horse Amy Mule. As Terry says, it should be Army Mule, but it's not. It's Amy Mule. Biggest in-race edge with all that late speed. That showed up in the opener right there. Top total speed, pace horse. Good workouts, getting ready for today. Number 10, Divine Grace. You got Jamie Ness. You got Michael Sanchez. That's the Batman and Robin, no question, at Parx. strong at Parx as well. 14 times out, 6 wins at the distance. 11 times out, 5 wins. Number 2, Date Night Kisses. That one's another Jamie Ness horse. First off of the claim, which is like a 38% winner for him when he drops the horse. Even for Jamie Ness, that's an alpha angle. Really good workout since moving to the Ness barn. And then finally, the 3-horse Bunny Bonus. It is the simulation favorite. Decent numbers off the break for trainer Padilla. And anytime there's a simulation favorite, you got to have them in your picks because plenty of them win, Terry. No additional bets for me as I squandered all my money in races number 1 and number 2. Speaking of race number 2, we got about 2 minutes. So that should allow us to get to race number 7. Terry, get it done. We'll go through it pretty quickly as we do the last of the pick 4s today. The 7th race is 7 furlongs. It's the only 7 furlong race today. At 7 furlongs, you're looking at early speed types. Almost 4 out of 10 win on the front. Mid-laner should benefit from a very strong rail. Terry, 2 and 3 is the best, however, place to be. 4 and out, they get a discount. Inside being better than outside. So in the 7th race today, Terry, do we have any inside speed?
Well, that 2 and the 3 that you said were the best place to be or the most speed, and they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole because they're pretty close to one another.
Yeah, this race looks pretty open, Terry. Only the 5-horse has not hit par. Everybody else has hit par. But even in our simulations, has a chance to hit par today. Tons of horses showing some improvement. So in these races, Terry, a lot of times value shows up and C-zones show up. Where's the value? Where are the C-zones?
Well, the 1 is a value from 7 to 2 to 6 to 1, and the 5 is from what is that?
Well, that's the 4.
I'm sorry, the 4 is from 7 to 2 to 8 to 1. That's a nice value. Then as far as the C zones, the 2 and the 7 are both above that 50% threshold that we like to see.
Yeah, the 3 and the 2 out front, both left arrow type action. Most of these horses want to be middle back, so getting forward could be helpful, Terry. Getting a good ride, that's always helpful. And where are the ride and trainer combinations?
Well, the 9 is the best jockey. 5 is the best trainer according to the data, but I think the 9 has the best jockey trainer combination.
Smooth flying. Michael, that one last time out was the top last race speed figure, 6 points. The 1 is your simulation favorite. 3 and 2 could be your pace setters. The 2 is your top total pace horse in there. Terry, who's your top pick to get cracking on the late pick 4?
I like the 9 Record Point, finished second versus last out versus similar. Trainer wins 31% of the time with beaten favorites. Top performing jockey. And then Mr. Lincoln, the 2, finished third versus similar in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer jockey. Prince Colton, the 4, finished in the money in 4 races out of the last 5 starts, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 5 as my long shot 7 run. Won 2 races out of the last 3 starts, running second in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer. I'm going to play the last Miami Vice, Don Johnson pick 4. I'm going to play 2, 4, 5, 9 with the 6, 7, with the 6, 10, 11, 12, and finish up with the 3, 8, 12 at $48 ticket.
I think the 2-horse, Mr. Lincoln, that one has a really good chance to get out to the front and do well today as your top total pace horse with Jamie Ness. Michael Sanchez, 1 3 of 7 at Parx, just 2 of 10 anywhere else. Prince Colton, the 4-horse, really any of its last 3 races will probably be tough to beat. If he repeats that October 22nd race, it's a wrap. Number 10, Smooth Flying Mike. That is your top last race speed figure horse, 6 points better than everybody else with a really big effort in its last race. Can pair big efforts together, but there is some risk of regression. Terry's top pick, the 9, makes it to my final spot in the Record Points. Another Jamie Ness horse, just missed in its last race at Parx. Cutting back in distance and the second start after a layoff. I had to leave somebody out there. I probably regret so just single the 9 here. But I'm going to go 2, 4, 10, 6, 7, 2, 10, 11, 12, to 3, 4, 8, and 12 for my final pick 4 of the day. That one is a $48 ticket as well. Race 2, Terry, they're kind of meandering around behind the gates. Let's take a look at race number 2 real quick, see if we can find some value according to our sim odds. The 2-horse, Light My Way, is a pretty big favorite right now. It's 7 to 5. That 3-horse, Terry, that's your simulation favorite right there. You're getting 20 to 1. I don't think you got to look past that.
No, I don't think so.
Not if you're looking for value, right?
No.
Next up on our list is the 4 horse at 6-1. He's 5-1. The 1 horse 15-1. There you go. Just do 1-3 exact the box, Terry, and if that comes home, you've paid for your day.
That's right, and the mortgage.
Maybe if you got a small mortgage, I don't know. Buying one of those mini houses, I suppose.
Yeah.
Looking at horses with some strong par plus, the 3 horse is your top par plus, Terry, in there. No question about it. Everybody wants to be middle back, so if you like the pace setter type, the 9 horse at 16-1, there's some value. We got him at 12-1 down here. It's also your top total pace. So 1, 3, and 9. If you're looking for a value, cheap exacta trifecta box, maybe go with that. Let's see. 2 horses a big favorite, though. It's 7-5. I would say at Parx, good chance his odds will be lower by the time they hit the half-mile marker. Let's see what happens. They're all in. They're off in the running. And the 2 and the 9 have gotten out towards the front. The 2 horse up on the lead there a little bit. 9 horse going to have a really wild trip. Some bumping going on right there. The 2 and I think the 5 horse and the 8 horse, they're all playing pinball a little bit. It's the 2 horse kind of pushed them up the track a little bit. They make their way around the turn, and the 9 and the 2 and the 5 and the 8 are all part of the opening picture right there, just as we suspected it might be. That 9 horse at 20-1, Terry, I know speed didn't hold up in that opening leg, but if it does today, that could be a nice payoff. The 2 did go to 6-5, so really didn't take a lot more money as the gates opened. Let's see what those opening fractions look like, Terry, in just a second here, if they're going to post them. Either that or the clock's not working because they're halfway down the backside, and there's not a mention at all of the fractions. So that's kind of interesting. So they're running without fractions today. 2 horse continues to set the tone. Looks like the 4 horse is getting involved right now. 2 horse is kind of pulling away. So it looks like the 2 horse is going to beat your winner. The question is, who's going to finish in second in race number 2? And it's going to be the 4, the 6, or the 9, or the 8. I don't want it to be the 6 horse. I'll tell you that right now, because that is going to ruin my double, my exacta. It's going to be the 2. It's going to be tight between the 4 and the 6. So those 2 battling right now. I don't know. The 6 has got the better of them. That kind of sucks. Come on, 4, come back. Well, 2 horse is going to be your easy winner. 2, 6, 4, 8 figures, then the 9. So every horse but the ones I had. The 6 was screwing me up at King Deemies.
Yeah. Well, you were right to say that 2 would win this, and I thought it was going to be more wide open. So I got my pick 4 going, but with that hard favorite.
Yeah, well, I mean the 9 didn't really show up in there, but he did show up early in the race. He just didn't stay out there. The second race horse there, but the 2 Light My Way. So if we go back, you see Light My Way was pretty big on the last race speed figure edge right in there. He made it to the second favorite in there. So the 2 goes wire to wire as your 6-5. The 6 horse coming in, King Denny's right there. Looked like the jockey in there. Maybe you should have played the jockey on that one there, Terry, especially with the strong C zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just missed that one. All right. Anyway, that goes my Benny in the bets for the day. Let's hope tomorrow Benny's bets are better for Richard, but maybe we can make our way through on some pick 4s today. Looks like we're in store for Terry's best bet of the day in race number 8. That one's really, Terry?
Yeah.
6 furlongs, maidens, special weight. That big number here, 82 speed figure, Terry. So in race number 8, who has gotten to that speed figure?
Well, as you could take a look here, the 1 and the 6 have done it. So, and they also have the best chance to do it again today. So,
yeah, looks like they do. Let's see right here. Private Ross. Paycheck should be $1 million a year. By far the best horse to handle the speaker. Why does Trevor Denman get all that money? From your mouth to God's ear, as they say. Hello, Lauren. I knew you'd be here. 8 different handicappers at Parx today. Picks for Mahoning, Delta, and Santa Anita. I saw yesterday, Terry, if I read this correctly, maybe I read it wrong, but I think I read that Santa Anita had its biggest opening day since 2016. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Since 2016, yeah.
And I also read in our good friend Cece Perkinson on her Twitter feed that Turf Paradise with 9,000 people showed up or something like that yesterday. Big day at Turf Paradise.
Yeah.
Horse racing's back, folks.
Yep.
Yeah, indeed. Bunch of first-time starters in here, Terry. Well, just one. The 4-horse. Is the 4-horse one to be reckoned with?
Yeah, it's got a nice 2.65, so it's over that 2.5 that we like to see. So
The 1 and the 6 and the 2 out front. Looks like the 1-horse could get a good trip, Terry.
yeah, look at that, 91.63%. So it's going to be very comfortable in this race.
That 6-horse last time out, 8-point speed figure advantage. Look at that huge top total pace in there, Terry. But maybe some danger from that 7-horse with that second race par ability.
That's right. You take a look there. It has an 86 chance to do it. So
Yeah. As far as your trainer and jockey, there's only one chance, I think.
yeah, the 6 does. It has the best trainer and jockey. So best combination.
All right. Well, before we get to your best bet, you know what we got to have? We got to have a drum roll, please. Let me find it. And who is your best bet, Terry?
All right. So my best bet in this race is the 6, Ponder and Dream. In the money on all 3 starts, third last out. Trainer and jockey have high win rates. High has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 25% of the races with first-time starters. I don't know why that's in there. Anyway, number 7, New York Finest, finished third versus similar, and the only start and has a good 4 furlong workout. And then Be Raging On, the 1. Early speed running style helps chances, has a high percentage winning trainer. I like number 4, Buff Gary, is my long shot. That's a first-time starter whose dam has 4 winners from 4 starters, 1 stakes winner, breeding suits today's sprint distance, has a nice bullet workout on December 12th. I'm going to bet 20 to win on the 6, a $10 exact, the box 6-7, a $10 exact, a 6 on top with the 147, and then a $5 exact, the box 167. There you go. Hello? Can't hear you.
I went to mute because I had the cough. A little bit of a head cold from my trip back from Florida.
Okay.
I guess I wasn't used to all the pollen in the air again. I don't know. New York's Finest, 7-horse. Excellent chance to hit par with that second race upside, Mr. Terry. If he does, I could put him at the top. Ponder and Dream, the 6-horse, going to be a favorite, I think. Any of his 3 races would probably win this. He does have a bullet workout between races, so even his workout probably wins this race. Number 1, R. Bragging On. That's your top C-zone horse there. It's the other yes horse with the 6. It's also a track dropper. Look out for that guy coming in from Naira. Number 4, Buff Gary. Highly rated first-time starter. The rest are no's. And we saw in the opening race that 1-horse won. First-time starter. There were a few yeses in that horse, but this one actually gets a grade above 2.5. No additional bets for me. The late daily double begins in race number 9. Terry, looks like we have some common thinking going on in race number 9. This one is going to be 6.5 furlongs. You're looking for horses that have some early speed, with 37% of the horses that get to the lead, keeping the lead all the way around the track. So if that happens to start off the daily double, Terry, you've got plenty of choices to figure out who that might be.
Oh, yeah. If you can take a look there, half a dozen of the horses all have speed numbers, and then they're all pretty close to one another. So I think it's anyone's guess on who gets that quarter pole first.
Yeah, but strangely, our race shape looks like it's more weighted towards the back than the front, despite all of that distribution of early speed. We got 1 horse taking a pretty big class drop with the 2, moving down 1.2 lengths. That's a pretty big class drop in there, Terry. Looks like the 2 also has some class on the C-zone.
Yeah, it's got a 75.75%. It's only bested by 1 horse that I can see, which is a 6 at 77. So there's several of these horses that are going to be comfortable in this race.
Yeah, everybody's shown they can come close to par, hitting par. Maybe 5 means that the horses come within 5 points of the 91 speed figure. That's the average winning speed figure for this level. The 4 and the 5 They haven't come close yet, although the 5-horse Terry does have a strong par plus.
Yeah, 35%, which is really nice compared to everybody else in here. The only one that beats it's that 12 at 41%.
Yes, indeed. But who beats the 12-horse Terry for jockey?
Well, the 12 has got the best jockey. The 1's got the best trainer, but I think the 1's the best jockey-trainer combination.
And the 12 is your simulation favorite, tied with the 5-horse in there, Terry, although the 5-horse didn't get that par level in there. So that's interesting that the 5 is showing up. Same 2 over here at the top of your top total pace, although if closers hang on, which is kind of weird because in the opening race we had a closer win, in the second race we had wire to wire. So who the hell knows what's going to happen? The 4-horse does have the biggest in-race advantage of a 7-point late speed, so about a length and a half over everybody else. Plenty of speed in this race. Maybe the 4 closes this one out from behind. Terry, what do you say in race number 9? Neither one of us have the 4, so it better not.
I like the 12 Center Court Champ. Won 2 races out of the last 8 starts, winning 3 races. Finishing the money in 2 races out of the last 8 starts. And then has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 10 Carousel Queen, finishing the money in the last 4 starts, winning 2 races, has a high percentage winning trainer. Del Rey, the 11, finished the money in 6 races out of 8 career starts, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then the 6 is my long shot, Tap Dancing Cowgirl, won 2 out of races out of 3 career starts, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm all out of money, so I can't make any other bets.
I have the 12-2 Center Court Champ to be the champ in the race number 9. Simulation favorite, top total pace, should be involved from the beginning of the race to the end of the race. The 6-horse, Top Dancing Cowgirl. That one, lots of upside in the 4th career starts. Run back to the only race at Parx on November 10th, and it would make this race look easy. Then I have the 10-horse Carousel Queen, Michael Sanchez. Been on this horse 3 times, won 2 of them. The other one, he finished second by 3/4 of a length with a little bit of problems in that race. And then finally, the 11-horse Del Rey. That one absolutely has been facing much better. I think he actually ran at a grade 2. And he's coming in from a NYRA circuit, so he is a class dropper, track dropper. It's a good combination usually. No bets for me in race number 9. Race 10 wraps it up for us today. Right now, Terry, I think we're at about, 12 likes or something like that. 19, I forget exactly the number. So help us out by doing what? And that'll ensure that you see us tomorrow for Parx again, Wednesday at Aqueduct, Thursday at Gulfstream. No idea what we'll do to kick off the year for 4 and Friday, but if we do something, Terry, the best way to know about it is what?
Well, go ahead and go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to it, and go ahead and hit that bell. That'll let you know when there's programs coming up, such as 4 and Friday. And then copy the link below and share it with everybody you know. Go to our social sites on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us a thumbs up and a like, and also keep these comments and picks coming that you're doing during the show. We like to see them and helps us out quite a bit.
Yeah, any interactivity does boost our algorithm score. We appreciate that. Getting out of the penalty box at YouTube, for whatever reason we're in there, I don't know. We constantly get claims that people say that we're like ripping off their content, but absolutely nothing we do here is scripted. So I don't know how we can steal what we don't know what we're going to say, Terry.
Yeah.
Or what's going to happen. I don't know. Funny people out there. 6.5 furlongs to close out the Monday card. Should favor horses that get to the front. 36% of the time they go wire to wire. So far today, we've had a horse come from off the pace, and we've had one that was on the pace. So maybe be in the first or be last, but don't be in the middle. It was at Ricky Bobby. What did he say? I forget. Do you remember that? Be first or you're last. I think that's what he said. So 6.5 furlongs to be first. Terry, who's going to be first? Otherwise, they'll be last in the finale.
Take a look at the 3. The 3 is going to break out of there and go to that quarter pole first, I believe.
Yeah, 3's got a good chance to do that indeed. Tops our first call leader. Tops our early pace in there as well. Also, a yes horse in there, Terry. Tons of class droppers. I suspect that by the time we get to this race, there's going to be a lot more scratches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 5 is out now since we've gotten there. And the 14 is out. So really not a lot of other scratches in there so far. they'll probably get there at the end of the day as the weather progresses to get worse. So, Terry, along with the 3 being out on the front, it looks like you can feel safe hands are in charge.
Yeah, he has the best jockey, and the 5 is the best trainer, but the 3 is actually the best jockey-trainer combination.
Yeah, well, the 5 is out now, so maybe that number does fall to the 3.
That's true.
Well. One horse in here to look at, you got to look at this 10 horse, Terry. It's the only EP. The 2 and the 4, the only PC types. Those Sesame Street horses really, they do perform fairly well. The 5 is not in the race, so we could toss him out. Not the strongest seasonal picture in here, but quite a few worthy of consideration.
Yeah, there's several above that 50% threshold, so a lot of horses going to be comfortable in here.
You got a lot of horses in this race, Terry. No question about it, even without the pre-scratches in there. 8 is your simulation favorite. 4 is your top total pace horse, and there 3 could be out on the lead with the best jockey trainer combination right now. All these horses, Terry, how in the hell did you decide that the 12 horse was going to win?
Well, I like consistency. So Union Perfection has been in the money in 8 out of the last 10 starts, winning 2 of those, trained by a 45% winning trainer who excels on the second start with a horse and drops in class today. Simply disregarded the 8, beaten only 1.5 lengths versus Tougher in the last race, has a high percentage winning trainer as well. Curious Soul, the 3, won his last race at Parx Racing, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. And then Coach Knight, the 4, is my long shot. Been in the finished in the money 65% of the time at Parx Racing, wins 24% of those races, and 25% wins. The trainer wins 25% of the races in the second race after claiming a horse, and then it drops in class. No additional bets for me today as I'm all out of money.
The 8 horse simply disregarded, not disregarded by me today, Terry. Very capable of making some stakes level mid-race moves. So it comes out of that turn with the lead, could carry that momentum all the way to the winner's circle. Coach Knight, I don't think in the current climate there'll ever be another Coach Knight. But I would say in today's climate, he'll definitely be closing as the top total pace horse. So if this race looks like the first race, it's got a good chance. If it looks like the second race, Coach Knight has no chance, just like he would probably have no chance to coach today. Curious Soul, the 3 horse, great chance to be out front. Well, the same thing. If it looks like the first race, Curious Soul will be a curious pick. If it looks like the second race, well, you'll know why he got to the front. And then finally, Union Perfection. Your top pick is my last pick for the day. Most consistent horse in the field, but one of those horses that has a very high floor but low ceiling. So all the other horses will have to beat him, but not as much pop as some of the others. Here are our full picks for today. Race number 1, the first-time starter. The 1 beat both Terry and I. Sad that we didn't put him in there. The 2 horse did come home as your winner in race number 2. So if the 1 won race number 2, the 2 horse won race number 3, Terry, that means the 3 horse will win race number 3, and we'll both be unhappy about that.
Yeah, we sure will be.
Yeah, my picks of the day got smoked with the 2 horse not showing up in there and the 6 horse not coming in. Race number 2, though, here are our pick 4s, what's left standing in there. Race number 3, no wagers. Race number 4, pick 4. Race number 5, no wagers. Race number 6, no wagers. Race number 7, another pick 4. Race number 8, Terry's best bet of the day, ponder and dream. So for now, you can ponder and dream about the 6 horse winning. But when we get there, you'll know for sure. Nothing in race number 9 and nothing in race number 10. Thank you, Don, for joining us today. We appreciate it. Again, tomorrow, we're going to tee it up, do Parx for Terrific Terry Tuesday. We're on Wednesday. We'll tee it up for Hump Day at the Big A. And then race number Thursday, we're going to do Gulfstream Park for Terrific Terry Thursday. Unsure what the beginning of the year will hold for 4 and Friday. Terry, before we get out of here, you always have some wonderful words of wisdom. What are they?
Well, I just want everybody to be careful with all this nasty weather going on, both in the East and Midwest and the West Coast here. Just be very careful. And then go ahead and give your loved ones a hug and a kiss, because you never know what's going to happen from day to day. Just never know.
Yes, indeed. I can say that you will never know. Rip, mother, I will miss you. For the rest of your day today, we certainly hope that you have God's grace, God's favor, and every single thing that you do until we get together again ends up in.
The winner's circle.
Yes. Have a fantastic rest of your Money Monday.